Welcome you all to my channel. Let's learn. Dear students, in the last part, means part 1 of pronoun, I have discussed about the definition of pronoun and about personal pronoun and impersonal pronoun. Now we will continue the next part, means part 2 of the pronoun, and in this part we will discuss other pronouns. First we will discuss about reflexive pronoun. What is reflexive pronoun? You see, reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns. Now, first you see there is a table which shows 3 columns. First column is about person, second is about singular number, and the third column is about plural number. And these reflexive pronouns are also called self-form pronouns. For the first person singular, the pronoun is myself, and for plural, it is ourselves. And for the second person, for singular, it is yourself, and for plural, it is yourselves. And for the third person, singular, it is himself, or herself, or itself, or oneself. And for plural, it is themselves. It is themselves. Now, we will take some examples, and in these examples, we will use these self-form pronouns. Now, you mark the examples how we can use these pronouns in sentences. Now, you see the examples. I saw myself in the mirror. Here, myself is the first person singular pronoun. We amused ourselves swimming in the pond. Ourselves, mark. He fell from the tree and hurt himself. Himself is the pronoun. The stronger introduced himself to us. Here, himself also. While shaving, he cut himself. He availed himself of 10 days leave. She dried herself on a towel. Now see, in the first sentence, I is the subject and myself is the object. And myself and I refers to the same person. That means I means myself. And in the second sentence, we is the subject and ourselves is the object. And it also refers to the same person. That means we is ourselves. Now, we will see there are some reflexive pronouns. Those are used after some verbs, and the verbs are blame, drive, enjoy, teach, kill, help, and find. And also there are some verbs we do not use reflexive pronouns after those verbs. They are wash, bath, shave, and change. Change means to change our clothes. And then the first point is also an important point. Mark it. Myself, yourself, etc. are used as objects of a verb when the action of the verb returns to the doer. Is that when the subject and object are the same person. For example, you see, I caught myself. I and myself the same person. He can't save himself. This refrigerator defrosts himself. It is not always easy to amuse oneself on holiday. Tom and Anne blamed themselves for the accident. This is about myself, yourself, etc. And the second point is also about myself, yourself, that are used similarly after a verb plus preposition. Now we will take examples. He spoke to himself. Did she pay for herself? Here you see to, for, these are prepositions, and just before it spoke, pay, these are verbs. Look after yourself. Here after is a preposition and look is the verb. Take care of yourself. Of is the preposition, take is the verb. He sat by himself. Here by is the preposition, sat is the verb. She addressed the envelope to herself. Here addressed is the verb and to is the preposition. And now you mark the self-form pronouns. And these are like myself, yourself, itself, themselves, herself, himself, etc. This is about reflexive pronoun. Now we will see about emphatic pronoun. What is emphatic pronoun and what are its uses? Now you see, when we want to give emphasis or stress on a noun phrase in a sentence, then we use self-form pronoun. For example, I myself handed the key to him. Here myself means I, not any other. You yourself saw what happened. Here yourself refers to you, not anybody else. And then about second point. Without anybody's help, if anyone wants to do any work, at the time we use emphatic pronoun. For example, did you write the letter yourself or somebody else wrote it for you? I can do this from myself. I do not need your help. In these cases, we use emphatic pronoun. Then third point, when it refers alone or single, at that time we also use emphatic pronoun. For example, she lives by herself. Here herself means she lives alone. He is walking by himself. Here himself means he is walking alone. Now the fourth point tells us myself, etc. can also be used to emphasize a noun or pronoun. For example, the king himself gave her the medal. And then the fifth point is self is then stressed in speech. When used in this way, the pronoun is never essential and can be omitted without changing the self. It usually emphasizes the subject of the sentence and is placed after it. For example, Anne herself opened the door. That means Anne opened the door. Tom himself went. That means Tom went. Alternatively, it can be placed after the object if there is one. Anne opened the door herself. Or after an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. Verbs are of two types. One is transitive and another is intransitive. You have read in the verb chapter. For example, Tom went himself. Then about sixth point. If the intransitive verb is followed by a preposition plus noun, the emphasizing pronoun can be placed after this noun. For example, Tom went to London himself, or Tom himself went to London. Now you see, this is for emphasizing pronoun. Then about seventh point, when it emphasizes another noun, it is placed immediately after it. Immediately after it means immediately after the noun. I saw Tom himself. Yes, you see here, Tom is a noun and himself is used just after it. I spoke to the president himself. President is a noun also and himself is used there. She liked the diamond itself but not the second. And the last point is, now note the difference between I did it myself. That means it was done by me, not by someone else. And I did it by myself means I did it without anybody's help. This is about emphatic pronoun. Now we will see about possessive pronouns. Now we see the table. The table shows three columns. The first column is for the person, second column is for the determiner, and the third column is for the pronoun. And for first person, the determiners are my and our. That means the pronouns can be used as determiners, my and our. And in pronoun form, it can be used mine, ours. Just like in the second person, for determiners it is used as your, and for pronouns it is used as yours. And for the third person, for determiners it is used as his, her, its, their. And for pronouns it is used as hers and theirs. Hers and theirs. Now look at the examples. My name is Geeta. What is yours? Here yours means your name. Another example is, this is not my bag. It is his. His means his bag. Now you see another example. He is my friend. Here my friend refers one of my friend, that means a particular friend, and then he is one of my friends, or he is a friend of mine. Here you mark the use of mine. Then like that, there are some other examples you can see. That dog of yours has beaten my brother. Dog of yours. Mark it. Then another example. That motorbike of yours is very noisy. The two brothers are visiting an uncle of theirs. He is reading a novel of Fakir Mohan's. Here, of Fakir Mohan's means not a novel of Fakir Mohan. Some books of Mohan's are lost. And in case of possessive pronouns, there are two more important points. Now, the first point is possessive pronouns replacing possessive adjectives plus noun. Now you see, for example, this is our room. This means this is ours. We can replace room here. Here room refers to this and this refers to room also, vice versa. This is their car. It can be like this. That car is theirs too. You have got my pen. You are using mine. Where is use. And then the second point is the expression of mine, etc. means one of mine, etc. For example, a friend of mine means one of my friends. A sister of hers means one of her sisters. This is all about your possessive pronouns. Now we will proceed to relative pronouns, and in case of relative pronouns it will be discussed in detail in your relative clause chapter. Relative clause chapter. Just for your reference, you have to remember what are the relative pronouns. Now you see what are the relative pronouns. The relative pronouns are who, whom, which, that and whose. These are relative pronouns and it will be discussed later. Now this is all about our today's discussion. Thank you all my children. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, comment and share. And don't forget to click on the bell icon to get new notifications of my new videos. Thank you all.